What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $400 million according to CoinGecko. Coin Bureau highlights Cardano's focus to supercharge its performance and usability, from Hydra to sub-second finality to quadratic funding and developer user experience upgrades. ADA's gearing up for serious scalability. So great to see some optimism from Coin Bureau on Cardano. We've been seeing them talk a lot about great things. So good to see. And I do think that Cardano is getting ready for some big scalability with Lighthouse, Hydra, and more. FluidTokens launches Perpetual loans on Cardano testnet. Perpetual loans add flexibility, can't default, maximize yield potential for lenders, and borrowers can strategize on repayment date. Lenders get the most out of their ADA as unused principal earns ADA rewards. So this is fantastic. It complements what we see with Perpetuals trading on Strike Finance. So we're seeing some fantastic applications. I think FluidTokens is doing a fantastic job borrowing, lending, and Bitcoin DeFi. Fantastic. Lighthouse, a decentralized perpetual storage platform with over 5.5 million files and over 10 million API requests daily. We covered this briefly yesterday. We put out an official post today. They have over 20,000 users as well, and they've expanded their reach with Filecoin integrations on Cardano thanks to Blockfrost and a full implementation on Base. So users can now store data with built-in encryption and access control across both chains, Cardano and Base. So fantastic to see some cross-chain goodness. Strike Finance with Perpetuals on Cardano says our protocol is backed one-to-one to ensure we can always pay out. Exchanges only back their Perpetuals platform by 20%. So at the end of the day, I think we're seeing some great strides by the platform's best practices. It's good to see that Strike Finance continues to support their liquidity efforts and ensure they have backing, right, for their clients, for users. Snek.fun and Snek in general put out this post regarding hundreds of Snek GIFs that have been added to X recently. So today, hundreds of them have been added. You can go ahead and search and find them. And this is good. It's good to see efforts like this to support the community, support the memes. We know how important and powerful memes are, and we know how important of a role Snek has played in the ecosystem. So we have some more clips from Amsterdam with Charles Hoskinson. He says, I think over the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be certain hubs in Europe that will be very friendly to the crypto industry. And absolutely, Amsterdam is going to be one of those hubs. I agree. Charles says, my hope is that European innovators will find a more reasonable approach that is interoperable with the Middle East standard, with Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and the US standard. And ultimately, we can create one global marketplace that can trade 24/7. Charles says Midnight puts developers in the driver's seat to decide what's private, what's public, to embed any disclosure regime that they want. Then we can build case studies on how to do medical records, private stablecoins, private supply chain, private real estate, private digital IP, and more. Charles says privacy, identity, this is a big macro trend. Every real-world business and regulated business has a private side and a public side. Midnight is airdropping 37 million users this year. We can offer services, hybrid applications to many different chains at the same time. And I think that positions Cardano really well to benefit stake pool operators, because by maintaining 2 ledgers, they get not only ADA, but Night token. We get multi-resource consensus with other networks participating, and we can create a network effect by airdropping and keeping it, in the words of Charles, no ICO, no Ponzi-nomics, right? Doing a grassroots launch. Charles says the hidden superpower of crypto is cooperative economics, and we're trying to do that with Midnight Network. My hope is that cooperative economics can take over the industry, and that's going to allow us to take over TradFi. Charles says we're going to see universal standards-driven innovation in the financial space. Everything from automated compliance, same-day settlement, really low-cost global transactions, regardless of where you are, to a reimagining of identity and credit. Charles says Bitcoin DeFi privacy and identity will put Cardano at the forefront of where all the TVL is coming over the next 5 years, and at the forefront of the real-world asset revolution, security tokens, regulated products, yield products coming from TradFi. Charles says when the Fortune 500 starts buying after the market structure bill, be it Bitcoin or other crypto, we're probably going to see $250,000 to $500,000 Bitcoin within the next 24 months. By the end of the decade, I wouldn't be surprised to see a $1 million Bitcoin. So his soft target is $250K, and he has said in the past that he hopes to be wrong to the upside. So what do you guys think? 250K Bitcoin? Is it going to happen? What else is going on? Pretty quiet day. Watch Your Guru reporting that Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says Bitcoin is a better form of money than gold. I think I've seen him say that multiple times, so take that with a grain of salt. Not sure if that's a repost. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. He's been saying this time and time again. Send more orange. Well, if he sends Bitcoin, it's good for altcoins because altcoins will follow it indefinitely. Volume, guys, is not too high right now. Pretty low volume, around $430 million, but it's looking pretty good because you guys know I did buy that dip at 0.62, 0.625. So this is the power of goblin hands. Buying the low, selling it when it goes real high. It's not that complicated, but I think that often as humans, our emotions get the best of us and we are the ones that overcomplicate it. So when I look zooming out, I think ADA will still surpass its previous all-time high. We're positioned very well. Bitcoin dominance still very high at 64.5%. Bitcoin is doing good though. Today reclaimed 106,000. So we're at 106.5. I like that. That's not bad. It looks like it just blinked at 100K. Like it didn't even want to come below 100K. So this is good. I still do think that the Russell 2000 index needs to lead. These are good signs that we're seeing, guys, because look, like over the past month, these are getting closer to its previous highs. At the same time, we need to see the other metrics fall in place. Social volume, legislation, quantitative easing, all these different elements that will drive the narrative in the macroeconomics for altcoin season. So Bitcoin pumps, I believe that Ethereum will pump next, and then we'll see the rotation into the XRP, Cardano, etc. So I'm still holding strong, looking at opportunities. If we see more dips, I will accumulate more. I think my highlight for today, guys, I would say I'm going to give it to Coin Bureau. You know, I like to see when posts from platforms actually like care about what they're saying. It's not just like, oh, ticker is ADA, and you know, instead of like this mindless bullishness, there's actually some thought and objectivity behind it. And the posts that they put out are pretty objective. Some people don't like Coin Bureau, but I always like to celebrate the upside and the positive because at the end of the day, they could not be talking about us in the positive spotlight, but they are. And they're highlighting Hydra, they're highlighting, you know, the quadratic functions we have with Catalyst, for example, in Fund 14 around the corner. So it's nice to see when big platforms actually, you know, give a nod to the development that's happening on the platform, even if it's like simple like this. So nice to see. But guys, let me know, what are you guys most excited about? Any other projects in your horizon that I haven't taken a look at yet? Let me know. And I'm going to continue to hold strong. Biggest bag is ADA. Continue to stake that. Then it's Bitcoin. Then it's XRP. I'm keeping it simple. But I might accumulate some other alts. So let me know if there's some other alts that you guys do want me to take a look at. So stay positive, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Smash that subscribe. Smash that like. I will see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.